welcome back. Today we are building in the world of Tartosa, which came with my wedding story pack. Um, and here I'm showing you how the outside of the build came together. I usually put the outside together before I start filming because it takes me too long to get the outside how I like it to look, and I don't want to make you guys sit through all that. So I kind of just wanted to show you an overview of how it all came together and how the outside of the build looks. Uh, and this build, I used the new Castle Estate kit, but this time I used more of like the lighter shades because I wanted this to be like a really pretty like wedding venue. I still wanted it to kind of look like an old castle that maybe they kind of, you know, like revamped a little bit and made a little nicer and just cleaned up a bit for weddings. But this is like a very short video. I didn't realize how short it was, but the inside didn't take me that long to put together because it wasn't really that big of an inside. As you can see, it's kind of small, and I only had this and like that little outside part to really do. So yeah, I didn't think it was going to be this short of a video, but that's all right. So yeah, here I'm working on the inside, and also I just want to say I apologize if you hear any noises in the background. For some reason, the heat in my house keeps kicking on and off, so I'm gonna have to figure that out when I go upstairs. But yeah, if you hear any weird noises, it's just the heat in my house. Right now, it's actually warmer here. For once, it's not snowing, so I'm gonna take the warmer weather and turn down the heat to save some money. But yeah, I gotta figure that out. But yeah, so we're doing in the inside, and then the floors and the walls. I did use everything. I tried to use pretty much everything from the Castle Estate kit as I could, because this is kind of the last build I'm building with it. Uh, I didn't want to do I do want to do another castle eventually. I think in the vampire world, and kind of do like a scary, like maybe haunted castle down the road. But I figured once this kit came out, I didn't want to just constantly do castles, but I did want to get a few out of the way. So the last two videos I had were just a castle I built, but I split it into two videos. And then this one is just like a wedding venue, like I said in the last video, that I had an idea of when I saw that really pretty like window right there in the front of the castle. It just reminded me of like a wedding, kind of like, I don't know why that's what it reminded me of, but that's kind of why I wanted to do this build. But yeah, down the road, I think I'm gonna probably do more castle builds, and like I said, I really want to do one in the vampire world. But for right now, this is gonna be the last one for a little while. But yeah, it's pretty simple in here. Um, I think I use mostly the Castle Estate kit to do like the outside and the inside, like as far as wallpaper and stuff like that. And then as far as items, I think I really just use mostly items from my wedding story because, like I said, I wanted this to be a wedding venue. So, kind of those items are what I was going for. And originally, I was going to have this as the inside as a wedding spot, and then I was going to have that outside balcony little area here as another wedding spot. But then when I started to build, I realized, wow, this is way too small. It didn't exactly come out as big as I thought it would. So I was like, I don't want to have two wedding spots on this tiny little lot. So I decided to just have the inside for like the wedding ceremony. And then I did that little balcony. Well, this little area out here over that little pond. I basically put like seating out there and like the table where you can get food and stuff like that. So it's kind of like the reception area, I guess, for after the wedding, where your guests can kind of go and mingle and, grab food or whatever they need to do. So I thought that was a better use for that spot, for that space out there. Because like I said, it wasn't really that big for another wedding arch and everything. I really wanted to use this like lot. I forget what it's called, but it's in when you go into like the world of Tartosa. It's that one like kind of on like the top left that's like over like a bridge, and it's kind of like a little separated island. I just thought that was really pretty for this type of venue because it's completely surrounded by the water behind it, and I just thought it was a beautiful like space for a like a castle. So I just thought the background looked so pretty for like pictures, and like if you want to take pictures of your Sims after the wedding, like outside. I just thought it was like a really pretty spot to do it. So yeah, I thought this was like the perfect space to build this castle. But yeah, here I'm just kind of working on like that little outside area. I put a dance floor here because I figure that's kind of one of the things you need to do when you host a wedding. I think you have to like toast. So I put like the little champagne bottles so you could toast. I put a dance floor so your Sims can just kind of go out there and dance. I know it's not a big space, but it still gives them the opportunity to dance. Um, and then, like I said, I gave them the thing where they could get food off of because you want to, tick all those things off while you're doing a wedding because then you can get, I think, like silver or gold or whatever it is on the actual event. So I wanted to give you as many activities that you could do from my wedding story so you could get, hit all those goals. I really don't know. I know when my wedding stories came out, the pack was completely broken. I don't know if it still is. I have not played with it since it came out, and I did try to play with it, and yeah, it just didn't work. But now that I've built this build, I would like to test it out and see if that pack is still broken. As much as I'm upset about that, I do love the build buy items, and I do love building like places like this. So as much as I know it's upsetting that the pack is broken, I still will probably use it just to build places, um, and venues and stuff like this because it's just there's so much pretty stuff and it's just kind of fun to build these sometimes. So yeah, I hope they end up really fixing it soon. I mean, it should have been working when we got the pack, but that's another story. But yeah, I do hope that it ends up getting fixed down the road if it's still broken so that it's actually usable. I think I watched somebody's video where they said, is it still broken? And a lot of the stuff I think works better now, but some of the wedding, like the guests still kind of don't listen. They kind of don't, when you tell them to like stand around for a toast or something, I don't think they still kind of just walk around, or when you're trying to cut the cake, they kind of just do it on their own. I think some of that stuff might still be broken because I watched a video on somebody like recently that was testing it out again, but I'm not really sure. Like I said, I'd have to play with it myself and really see how it goes, but yeah, anyway, I still want to do a wedding venue, and I still wanted to use the items, and I just think it came out really pretty, and it's very simple. This build was very simple. I didn't really go over the top. Um, like here, I was trying to add items into this entryway, but it was such a narrow space. I didn't want to block Sims from being able to get in here. So I just did one of these cute little wedding signs over here, and then I just did a couple barrels as like decor items. Um, but yeah, I really didn't want to block this space too much because it's the entryway and they don't have enough time. Like, I wanted them to have enough space to get in there. And then up here, I wasn't actually going to put anything, but I figured I might as well use the space. So I just did a little ladder there in the corner that's pretty hidden. And then I put the piano up here. So if your Sims want to hire like a pianist to like play for the wedding, I think that's something you could do. I'm not really sure. But, or you can just have your Sim. I guess if you have a family of Sims, maybe they could play the piano while your other Sims get married. But yeah, I thought that was just really pretty to put up here in one of the corners. Um, and it just kind of hides it, but you could have the music where it's not like right like in the main area. And then I stuck a bar up here because I figured like I think that's another thing, your Sims have to get drinks or make drinks for their guests. So I definitely wanted to have a bar up here, but it didn't really fit down in like that outside area. So I thought, why not stick it up there, and you can hire a bartender or your Sims can just go up there and make drinks. But I know sometimes you don't want your Sims to constantly just go make drinks, so you could always delete it if you don't want to keep that. I was just trying to fill in the spaces, and I just thought that was a nice place to put it, and it was kind of like out of the way, and that way it's still usable, but it's not like right in the way of the build, like it doesn't stand out. But yeah, so I was just adding lighting out here now because it was really dark, and I figured like you're probably going to use this build mostly when it's daylight out, but I still wanted to add lighting because maybe by the time, like I said, you get done with the wedding for your Sims, because like I said, the pack might not work, it's probably going to be dark because it's going to take you forever to get your Sims to do what you want them to do. So I wanted to make sure that there was plenty of lighting out here, so just in case you were still doing the wedding while it got dark, you could be able to take pictures, and it was still being light enough and pretty enough. And the background back there with the water, even at night in the dark, it still looks so pretty. So, maybe you want to take, pictures at night with your Sims for their wedding, because I think that would actually be really pretty too, to have both like daytime and nighttime pictures. Um, but yeah, like in here, it was just very simple. I just did these nice wooden benches for your guests to sit on and watch the wedding. And then I just did one of the simple arches. And then over there, I put one of those like dividers from my wedding stories just against the wall, because that wall just looks so plain and empty. And I couldn't think of what to put there. So I just thought it was a really pretty background. And I thought it just kind of added like another pop of like color and decor, and just kind of made the build look a little pretty. And then over here is just going to be a bathroom. Very simple, just a toilet and a sink. And then I add a couple like shelves and a couple plants and just like decor items, because I couldn't think of what to put in here, and it was just such a tight space. But I didn't want it to look empty, so I thought just like a couple like random like decor items. Like on the shelves, I put like a couple towels. I think maybe like an extra soap, just things that would be in a public type of bathroom that maybe they would need to like restock on. Maybe I put toilet paper, I don't remember. And then I just put plants on the other side, because I couldn't think of anything else to really put in here. And then there's two bathrooms. So there's one over here, and then I end up just copying and pasting this bathroom and putting it in the other turret, because I didn't want to have to just do this again, and I wanted them to be the same because it's literally just a bathroom. So yeah, I end up just copying and pasting it. You'll see it in a few minutes. I just thought that was the easiest thing to do, to have two bathrooms in here. And yeah, I just use the same flooring and wallpaper from the Castle Estate kit. And I think the sink and the toilet are both, and the mirror actually, are all base game. I think I used all base game like items in here, because like I said, I was trying, this build is just the Castle Estate kit and my wedding story and base game, I believe, were the only items I used, because I was trying to limit myself. So yeah, so it's pretty, if you have just, base game, the wedding stories, and that one kit, then you can use this build. So yeah, I was trying to use the least amount of packs as I possibly could for everybody to be able to maybe use this build, or have this build in their game. But yeah, and here I'm just adding a couple of cute little flowers. And like I said, in a couple seconds, you'll see I'm just going to copy and paste the same bathroom and just put it in the other turret, because I thought that's just the easiest thing to possibly do. But yeah, so that's really it for the build. Over here, I just put a couple little tables out here, because I figured there wasn't really a space for your Sims to eat, because I put the thing out here where you can get food, but I wanted them to have somewhere where they can actually like sit down and eat the food. So I put these cute little tables. I believe the tables are from base game, and the chairs that I'm going to use are from my wedding stories, because like I said, I used the limited packs. So yeah, I just wanted to put a couple little chairs and tables out there, so your Sims can actually sit down and enjoy the food out there. But yeah, here I'm just adding a couple cute little flower rugs under the table, under the seats, just to make it a little bit prettier and add a little bit more decor. But that's really it for the build. So if you guys like it, please like and subscribe. I really, really appreciate it. And if you guys have any comments or suggestions of a next build for me to do, you can leave it below. Like I said, I'm going to want to do another castle, maybe in the vampire world down the road, but that probably won't be for a little while, because I do have a couple videos that I'm going to be putting out soon. But yeah, that's it. So if you guys like it, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.